Hey guys, how are you? This is Tony back with another video. So today when I was sitting around, I was just trying to figure out like what would be a great topic for me for healing and progress and the one word that came to mind was trauma today. I want to speak about trauma because I don't think that a lot of us are consciously aware of how a trauma can affect us during the time frame of the trauma all the way up until our current age. So, just a little bit of history for me. I came from an abusive mom, a very sexually abusive dad. I lived in a household where my mom was just physically torturing me, physically abusing me. And one of the main things that I could always remember was my mom, because I was a heavy set child, and my mother would always put me in front of a mirror butt naked, and she would say all of these horrible, horrible things, and she would make me repeat them. And this was on a daily basis. This sometimes it was just because, or if I lost my glove or if I lost my hat, that would be the punishment. Um, and in doing in this household, I had to deal with a dad coming into my room and having his way with me every night. Um, so there was just a lot of pain and trauma physically and mentally by two people that were supposed to love me and protect me. And if you remember, if you've been watching my stories, that's when I jumped out the window when I was like 12, maybe a little bit younger, maybe 11. And I had came to my breaking point. I had believed because I remember when I was in elementary school and I had like a lot of slits and cuts and bruises on my arm. And my mom would send me to school, but she would make sure I had long sleeve on. I was shirt buttoned up all the way to my neck. And, she just made sure it was well covered. And I went to school one day and I had just decided somebody need to see it without me telling. Because I was always told in my household to not say shit. So that's what the fuck it was. And today's gonna be kind of raw and uncut. You gonna cry with me or you gonna applaud with me through this video. The choice is yours. You can feel how you want to feel, but this is my truth and this is me relieving this shit for my fucking self. So if you see this video, just take it for what it is and just hear me when I say I'm a strong individual. Back to the story. So I remember going to school one day and I said, I'm going to roll my sleeves up because I want the teacher to see, because I want something done. And mind you, this was before I said enough is enough. So I never forget my teacher, she saw the shit and she took me into the principal's office. And I was a quiet child because I just was in a household where I had to be quiet, shut up, and don't say nothing. I didn't have a voice. I couldn't express. I couldn't share my feelings. I couldn't talk. Like I was just burdened with so much pain. I was scared. I was frightened. And that shit was so fucking traumatizing. And I grew up. And I'm not gonna do that right now. But so the teacher saw me, and she took me into the office and then she called my mother. And my mother came down and they had a talk or whatever they talked about, but I just knew because I was so ready to go into like a foster home. I was just ready to fucking go. I just knew the state was gonna pick me up, take me the fuck out of that household. No. They had a long talk. I don't know what the fuck they talked about, but next thing I know, my mother and stormed me in this bathroom and fucked me up some more. You know? fucked me up in the school, in the bathroom, because these people then called her up. And so I already do not fucking trust none of my parents. I already don't fucking trust people. I'm silent, I'm hurting internally, and I'm just so mad with fucking life. And one day I jumped out that fucking window. I had to. I needed the fuck out of there. Physically, my body was broken from being molested every fucking night by your father. Physically being abusive, being abused and tortured mentally, and getting hit with objects, and always on a daily basis, your own fucking parents telling you how much you're never gonna be shit. You're fat, you're ugly, all of these fucking things. I had to fucking go. And excuse my tears because this shit hurts. I had to fucking go. It was time. And I had to jump out that fucking window. And I never looked back. And there goes the streets. There goes me living a fucked up life because I couldn't have I couldn't have a good life at home. And I am 42 years of age. And you see how I can tell this story and I still fucking cry. This is a prime example of how I have not healed. You take everything that has broken you and fucked your life up, and you don't want to deal with that shit. You want to let it go. You want to forget all about the shit. So I turned to the streets. Now I'm using cocaine. I'm smoking weed. I'm drinking like throwing back gallons of vodka and whatever I could get my hands on because I am tired of hurting. I'm tired of seeing people walk down and they holding their mother hand. Seeing somebody walking down the street, they walking with their dad. Or hearing somebody say, I love you, Mom. Or a hug and a embrace between a mother and a father. I walk down the street and see. Like, do you know how hard that was for me? Every day I got to walk around and wishing that I had something. That's fucking trauma. How many times I tried to end my life because I felt like, who the fuck else gonna love me if my mother and my father couldn't? I would have preferred to have been gone before I fucking ever had to go through some shit like that in my life. It was fucking rough. But I'm 42 years of age and that shit haunts me. It plays a big role in who I am today. It plays a big role. Trauma plays a big role in decision making when it comes to relationships, friendships, male friendships, female friendships, older friendships, marriages, your sexuality. Trauma plays a big fucking role in all of these things. And through my journey, I always, and go see my video, share this, and go see my video, Connection. It'll tell you how I have struggled so much to connect with people. Love, the word was defined as fucked up for me. If we weren't fucking really good, if you weren't, the only time I could connect with a male was through sex. The only time I could connect with a woman is through sex. Because that's how my dad proclaimed that he loved me. I had my son at a young age and I loved him so much. He was my baby. But I just knew I didn't know how to connect to be a mom because I didn't have one. So I didn't know how to be one. So when I had him, it was trial and fucking error. It's being a mom. But I knew I wanted him because I had no one else in my life. I didn't have anybody to love me. I didn't anything. I just wanted to love someone. I brought him into this world because I loved him. But the connection was gone. It was so rough for me. And this is why I do what I do. This is why I post these videos. These are for everyone, but I do this for me. Because I'm 42 years of age. I want to get married one day. I want to really be in love. But I can't find true love if I can't even begin to fucking love myself. If I can only still, every time something happens, I got to keep comparing it to my past. Every time something happens, I got to keep mentally, emotionally beating myself up and keep continuing believing that I ain't going to never be shit in life. I've accomplished many things in life. People see me, they congratulate me, and they do things. But in my mind, I struggle of feeling the accomplishment. I struggle with actually feeling and being happy with what I have accomplished because I feel so fucking undeserving of having these things because in my mind, the mistakes and the mishaps that I've had in my life, I feel like I don't deserve because I always was told that I wasn't shit. When I get into these arguments, when I get into these, disagreements and shit like that, I always got to question and doubt my fucking self. Wondering if I make sense. Wondering, do I have the right to say this? Who am I? Because I ain't never going to be nothing. Like, it's a fucked up cycle. You understand? For me, it's a fucked up cycle and I'm tired. I'm frustrated, I'm mad, and I'm tired. And I'm willing to take this journey because I'm tired of being tired. And if you suffer from trauma, if you suffer from some type of mental health issue, and you don't deal with that shit, you are going to fucking live a very unhappy life. Some may agree with me, some may not. But this is my truth. And I am a tired individual. I'm so tired of hurting. I'm tired of people hurting me. I am tired of not being able to think positive because I always got to think the worst about everything. I always have to think negative. My mind races. I can't be positive. I can speak positive shit to so many people. But when I look in the mirror, I can't think shit. It's a process, people. And I'm tired. And this is the journey for me. And trauma will take over if we let it. Traumas will kill us. People won't even know that part. Trauma will take over our life if we do not grab it by the throat, shake it, minimize it, get rid of it, heal it, and let it go. If we don't do these things, it has been a long road for me. And I want everything that I have missed in my life. I have missed out on a lot of things. I makes a way for me sometimes, but sometimes it's hard. It's hard to believe in yourself. It's hard to think positive. It's hard to keep pushing sometimes because your thoughts, your mental, and all of that shit is just not good. But this is my truth. This is Tony. This is just a part of my healing. I have decided to make a decision to heal and to do better and get better for myself, not nobody else. It's a stand that I'm taking. It's a step that I'm making for myself and my future and for my soul and for my heart and for my mind and my body. I love y'all and thank you for listening. Follow me, click like, share this if you want to. I have a lot more to talk about. I have a lot more things to say. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much. Talk to you later.